Okay. Well, this is a question about VA medical. Is it good or bad? So I didn't have VA for a long time, but then in the early 2000s I had regular insurance, but it got to where it was 80 something dollars a week. I just couldn't do that. And even though I heard some bad things about the VA, I just had to sign up for it, because I needed some kind of insurance. Well, to my surprise, kind of, it was all right. It done me all right. Now, there may have been some people that didn't have good luck with them, but up here in Columbia, where the hospital is, Columbia, Missouri, they've done me really good. And the other little clinics had one in St. James, that's 25 miles away, and then the other in Jefferson City, which is about 45 miles. I started off in St. James, and then I transferred up to Jefferson City and everything. And like I say, I've never had a problem with anything. They're always Johnny on the spot to give you tests and everything. And the doctor I have up in Jefferson City, he's a really nice guy. And being I smoke so much, he started giving me CAT scans of my chest, lungs and what have you. First couple, 3 years, it was fine. And then last year, he noticed a little something on the report. And so he had me take another CAT scan in 6 months. And that nodule that he sent before had grown a little bit. So they did a biopsy. They run the thing down your throat and somehow it gets in your lung and cuts a piece, I guess, off. I don't know how they did it. They put you out for that. And in any case, they had to send it off to Denver. I guess that's where they checked for that sort of thing. And it came back, it was positive. So then they went and had me do another one of them respiratory function tests where you sit in this little glass telephone booth looking thing and blow on I guess it'd be like a breathalyzer in a way. You blow until you can't blow no more and you almost pass out. Excuse me. And then they did several of those little tests, and it didn't show any worse than it was the last time I took one. I've had 3 or 4 of them on account of COPD. And then they, see what next they had me do, they did a PET scan where they scanned the whole thing, all over you. Well, I didn't find anything there, and so they wanted to make sure that it didn't have a brain tumor or something, so they did an MRI on my head. I didn't find anything there, I guess. Probably didn't find no brain either, for that matter, but anyway. So after all those tests and everything they did, it seemed like they'd done something else, I can't remember what it was. But anyway, they decided they was going to give me radiation treatments, which, they said they could possibly cut it out of there, but this might be the best. And so they set me up with 5 treatments. One every other day. It was the first week it was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then this week it was Monday and then today, Wednesday. And so I think I took care of it. I mean, I don't know if it did or not. I'd do another CAT scan in a couple, 3 months to make sure, but the doctor, the cancer doctor, she said, well, usually this takes care of it, because it wasn't very big, so very little. And so I'm hoping that's going to be all right. I never did feel bad. I never had any symptoms. Of course, I said you wouldn't with something like that. And then my wife, she's putting me on a strict diet. I can't say I like all that stuff. In fact, I don't do all of it, but I have lost some weight because of that. No sugar, no sweet tea, very few potatoes, no bread, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I lost about almost 30 pounds, I guess, which is all right, and I can breathe better now. I've had oxygen here. I don't know if anybody knew that or not, but I haven't had to use that for a long time now. Well, the last 3 or 4 weeks, that to me it's a long time. So, getting back to the VA thing, I can't speak for everybody. I heard the reason I was kind of reluctant was because I heard some horror stories about it. Like on Phoenix, I think they had a problem in Phoenix, Arizona, and down in St. Louis, Mo. Years ago, they had problems with care, not being anywhere near right, but I cannot say anything bad about these people up here. Because any little thing, they'll run you into a test to see about it, And as far as the eyes are concerned, like my eye got macular degeneration. And now they haven't had to give me a shot for a period of time, but they give a shot in the eyeball. I probably had 7 of those. It's not fun. But you can see better. When I first got that, I thought, man, I'm going blind. I won't be able to drive. And I went up there and they got it all back. I mean, I just see pretty good. And the VA paid for my cataract surgery. They didn't do it. They sent me out to Jeff City to the eye specialist out there. He did it. They paid for it. And this radiation treatment, and they paid for that over there at it's called JCMG, Jefferson City Medical Center or something like that. Or so, I don't know what it's called. But anyway, that's to do with the big hospital up there. But anyway, that's just my little skit about this VA thing. It's like I said, I was reluctant, but I don't really have. I never did sign up for Medicaid, Medicare, Medicare, I guess you call it. I don't even know what that junk is, because that's gonna be $90 out of that check, and it wasn't that big a check anyway. So since I have the VA, I don't really need it. Anyway, I think that's about all I got to say about it. And I'll tell you what, them little gals up there at the place where I took the cancer treatment, they were sweet as they could be. I mean, they're perfectly complete ladies. I mean, of course you expect them to be, but they were just kind and helpful and never a cross word. Even if I made a mistake, they didn't. You know, you have to lay on that bed. You got to be perfectly still and put your hands over your head and hang onto a handlebar back here for about 20 to 25 minutes, something like that, while that machine goes over the top of you and stops and carries on here and there. I got this green laser light that shines here and there and everywhere. Well, anyway, there's no sense in me rambling on like this. The gist of the whole thing was, I'm just going to say my experience. I didn't find a thing wrong with the VA's care, and I haven't for several years. I've had that since in the early 2000s because I couldn't afford the other. I never had a thing to say. One doctor, she was a little bit good doctor, but I thought she was a little too forceful, and that's the main reason I changed to go to Jeff City. I'd say she's a good doctor, and she had her on the beam and everything, but I didn't like her bedside manner, I guess you call it. And so anyway, that's the gist of this thing. I just want to let everybody know. I don't feel, I mean, I feel fine. I can't tell any different. It didn't hurt, none of that stuff, when they did it. Now we'll see if it cured it or got rid of it, I don't know. Don't know that yet, but the way according to the doctor, she thought it probably would, but it's amazing, your skin's not burnt, nothing. I mean, it just somehow goes in there, out does it. I didn't want to do that chemo stuff, because then you lose your hair and all that, and this stuff you don't. And you can go out of there, and they said you might get a little tired. Well, it didn't affect me that much unless I was already tired, maybe, I don't know. All right, nothing's rambling on and everything. Y'all have a good Thanksgiving. Now, of course, if you don't watch this till after Thanksgiving, then say next Thanksgiving. All right, y'all take care. Bye for now.